right, y'all. Story time. Story time. I'm gonna do this in parts because it's a little long. But story time on how I got conned by my friend and her husband. Let's get into it. I'm gonna do my skincare and my hair while I'm doing this. So, yeah. I'm gonna use some different names just to keep the peace. We're gonna keep the peace. I'm gonna name her. What about like Angie? I don't fucking know Angie. Or no, I actually know Angie, and I don't want her to think I'm talking about her. Okay, I'm gonna name her like Danielle. Danny. I'll say Danny. We're gonna say her name is Danny, and her husband's name is John. Danny and John, okay? Danielle and John, that's their name. So, how I met Danielle and John. First, I'm gonna tell you how I met Danielle. I used to dance in Vegas, and we used to dance at Crazy Horrors. I used to see her a lot. We became cool there. We wasn't friends. I wouldn't say we were friends yet, but we were just cool. Like, we would talk, and we would work together and shit like that. And she was like, oh yeah, you should work in LA. Like, it's hella money out there. I'll be going to LA, work out there, blah, blah, blah. So that's how we met. And we just followed each other on Instagram. And you know that's how friendships start nowadays. So, yeah, we followed each other on Instagram. And we kept in touch. Because I ended up leaving Vegas. And I don't know what happened in between, but we didn't see each other for like, I want to say a few years. Probably like 2 years, maybe. So, yeah, we didn't see each other for a few years, but we always, like, seen each other on Instagram, commenting on each other's shit, blah, blah, blah. So, we became, like, friends, whatever. Fast forward, I moved to LA. And we started hanging out. In LA. We started going out together. We started, like, you know, kicking it. I ended up getting a job with her. We started working together, so we started getting closer. She started telling me stuff. I used to tell her stuff, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, we became real friends. So, I end up, like, she ends up meeting her husband. And we started hanging out, like, all of us. Like, we started hanging out. Like, we would go to the strip club. We would go, like, kick it, blah, blah, blah. And she had a best friend at the time. They don't even speak to this. They don't even speak anymore because of this whole, like, because of another situation. But it had something to do with John. So, yeah. So, I met them or whatever. Something happened. Okay, so this is when I moved back to Cali. No, I'm not Cali. I'm already in Cali. This is when I moved back to the Sac area. So I left LA, moved back to Sac. Me and her lost contact again. And yeah, we lost contact again. So we didn't really speak. We got in contact again because I was still going out to LA to like visit and shit like that. So I was still hanging out with her. Her and her man, they got together. They getting serious or whatever. She's telling me everything. She's keeping me in the loop about their relationship or whatever. And they end up moving back to Vegas. So they moved back to Vegas. When we moved back to Vegas, I started going to Vegas to visit or whatever. So we're all getting closer, all three of us. Like, we're all hanging out. I'm going out there. Sometimes they would buy my flight to go visit them because she ended up falling out with her best friend. So she started like gravitating more towards me, and then her other friend. We're gonna get into the other friend. So me and the other friend was like her really close friends at this time. So she's like buying my flight to come out there and visit. I'm staying the weekend. We're having fun. We're getting closer, blah, 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 blah. Honestly it started feeling like a family, I want to say. Like, we just really was hella cool and hella close. So, they started talking about, like, businesses that they wanted to start and blah, 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 blah. She's like, every time I would visit, she'll be like, just move out here. Like, just please move out here. Like, you would love it. Like, you could just hang out with me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, first of all, I hate Vegas. If you know me, you know I hate living in Vegas. I never liked it. I lived there when I was, like, early 20s. I did not like it. I always left. So I was like, no, girl, I'm not moving to Vegas. Like, I already have my life. I'm dancing. I'm doing lashes. I got my credit right. I have no worries right now. I don't want to fuck nothing up. So I'm telling her I don't want to move to Vegas. I don't want to move to Vegas. I never, like I said, I didn't like Vegas. Somehow she convinced me to move to Vegas because I kept going to visit. And she's like painting this picture of like, oh, if we start this business, you just move here and we could just work together. You invest some money. And John will pay for my half. Like, this is gonna be just me and your business. And I'm like, it sounds so good, right? Like, she was like, you could do lashes out there. Like, we could open up this store. We could do lashes, blah, blah, blah. It was just all talk at this point. Nothing was like planned or nothing. We were just talking about the business, but she really was more focused on me moving to Vegas just to be closer to her, I guess. And to start a business. We don't know what business yet, but we just want to start one together. So I ended up moving to Vegas. This is where my fucking life around that time just, why did I do it? I don't know why I did it, but I did. So I ended up moving to Vegas. I was staying with her. She was like, yeah, you can stay as long as you want. You can, like, get an apartment out here, blah, blah, blah. Like, we'll help you. She literally said, we'll help you along this whole entire time. So I'm like, fuck it. I packed up my shit, drove to Vegas, moved in with them, stayed with them. It was cool. It was nice. Like, I had no fucking problems at all. Like, no problems whatsoever. So after I moved to Vegas, we were talking more about what business we want to do together. Just talking about, like, business shit. We're working out together. We're just becoming closer friends. Mind you, John had a lot of money. He used to scam or do whatever the fuck. He was scamming and shit. So he had a lot of money. And you know, that was the lifestyle. They had a really lavish lifestyle. They had a nice house, nice cars, nice bags, nice jewelry. Like, everything was nice. So he was gonna fund the business. I just had to come up with my part. So I was still dancing at the time. So I went to Atlanta, came up with my part of the money. First of all, she told me that, I'm not even going to get into that part yet. But yeah, I came up with my part of the money. In between this, I met her friend, her really close friend. We went on vacation together with her, whatever. I'm trying to see what I want to call her. I'm going to call her Ella. Yeah, I'm going to call her Ella. So I meet Ella, and we're all becoming this little trio, you know, me, her, and Ella. Me, Danny, and Ella. Like, it was all three of us. And then her husband, John. So while she's convincing me to move out here, she convinced me to move out here already. She convinces me to move to Vegas. So I'm already there. We already talking about business or whatever. We're like, we're going to open up a beauty store. Like, I'm going to do lashes. We're going to run it all in one. We're going to do lashes. We're going to have people in there doing hair and nails, whatever. We didn't know exactly, but we knew it was going to be something like a salon kind of. So she's like, okay, let me bring Ella into this. Like, they're like calling Ella, like, you need to move out here. Like, just move out here. Like, come on. Like, it's going to be this. It's going to be that. So we're going to get into how I met Ella. So Ella was, who am I saying? What's her name? Ella was Danielle's really close friend from LA. Around this time, you know, we know each other, but we're not close. We're only there because of Danielle. So me and Ella our only, like, we're friends. We're not even friends. We're just like, we know of each other. We're hanging out because of Danielle. And Danielle used to talk about, this is my best friend now. Like, she don't fuck with her other best friend no more. She's fucking with Ella. Ella is her new best friend. I was never considered the best friend because I was never around enough. Like, I was always leaving and come back, leaving and come back. So we never considered each other best friends. So yeah. Ella ends up moving to Vegas. They end up convincing Ella to move to Vegas. They told her, like, hey, we're starting a business. We want you to be a part of it. John saw Ella as his daughter. Like, they cared for her. Like, they really cared for her. They really caught about, like, they had a really, real good relationship. So, yeah, so Ella moves into, like, fast forward, Ella ends up moving to Vegas. We're all staying under one roof, by the way. So, they live in a big-ass house. So, I'm staying there. I have my own room. I was in, like, the guest house. And then Ella moved there, and she had, like, a room inside the house. So, we all, like, in the same house. So, we're all talking about the business. We're all talking about, like, the name of the business. I think me and Danielle already came up with the name of the business already. So, it was some things already set in stone about the business. And then they just brought Ella in out of nowhere. They didn't even ask me how I felt about bringing in a third person. They just said, oh, let's just bring Ella in there. I don't even know Ella like that at this time. So, I'm like, I guess, like, shit, it's y'all idea about the business. So, shit, y'all funded most of it. So, fuck it, I guess. But I already gave them my money, my investment already. So, it was like, okay, like, y'all already told me I'm co-owner of the business. All this, all that. Like, y'all already given me my position in the business. And y'all just brought a girl in without even asking how I feel about it. That was a red flag for me, honestly. But I let it slide. Like, I didn't even, like, make a big deal out of it. Because I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Like, Ella's cool. She's cool. Like, whatever. Why not? So, yeah. So, they bring Ella in. They give her whatever. Mind you, please take note that I gave these people $5,000 of my money. And that's because I wanted to give them more, right? They didn't let me. They said, okay, you give us $5,000, you're going to get 20% of the business. And John's like the ring. So it's really like John's here, and then he's the umbrella, and then we're like the positions of the, of the company. So it goes John, this is how I'm thinking at the time. It goes John, Ella, Danielle, me, Ella. So it's John, Ella, yeah, like that. So that's how I'm thinking of it. So I'm like, okay, how much is Ella getting since y'all just bring her? Like, oh, she's gonna get 20% too. So around this time, this is how I'm thinking. I'm gonna get 20%. Ella's gonna get 20%. I'm like, why can't I give y'all more money? I want a bigger percentage. They're like, oh no, like just give us 5. Like we still need to give a percent to Ella. Like she still needs a little percent. I'm like, all right, whatever. I want to let y'all know, like, I don't know shit about running a business at this time. I don't know shit about a business, how to start it, how to, the legal parts of it. I should have did my research, but I just trusted them because we was so cool and we was living in the same house. And they really, like, painted this picture of us being a family. So I'm, like, not thinking that they on some, like, weird, janky shit. So they told me about the percentage thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, fuck it. We're going to get the percentage going. I gave y'all my money. Like, let's get to it. Let's get the business started. We get the business started. We got the name. We got the place, the building or whatever. We're, we get into it. We decorate the whole business. I want to point out that while we're decorating the salon, she's like, faking like we have a say so, but in the end, if she didn't agree with it, it wasn't going. Like when it came to decor, like it was little shit like, oh, what do you guys think of this? And we're like, we don't really think that would be good. Me and Ella both like on the same page most of the time. And it was really like Danielle not really agreeing with us, but they're closer, so I'm like, whatever. But anyway, yeah, it was just little shit like, oh, what do you guys think of this? Like these drapes. What about this grass or the wall? Like, what do you guys think of that? And me, I'm like, I don't really think that, like, we're disagreeing with her, but she's still doing it anyway. So it's like, she was really treating it like it was just her shit. And we were just like, I'm just letting it all slide because it's like, your husband is funding more of the money and doing a lot more, but only because y'all not allowing me to do more. Y'all just keeping me at a limit, basically. So that's just one thing like that happened. I was like, okay, this is like, is this my business or what? Like, is this ours or is this just y'all's and we're just like here? So we're helping put the business together. We're helping put the salon together or whatever. You know, we got the contracts going. I honestly didn't even read the contract. I'm not gonna lie. That's my fault, but I didn't read the contract. I should have, but I didn't. So I didn't read the contract. That's my fault. Signed it, whatever. I was supposed to be getting 20%. I'm CFO, you know. So it was there. It was supposed to be like, Danielle, her husband, John, CEO, because they did put more money into it. Then it was CFO, which was me, getting my 20%. And then it was Ella. I didn't even know the details of her shit. I just know she was getting 20%. I don't even know what position she was actually supposed to be playing. And they didn't even know. They just threw her in here with no position, basically. But I didn't really care. But in the back of my head, I'm like, y'all don't even, you know, like, I don't know. So we just winging it, basically. They actually coming up with shit as they're going. Like, I don't know. So the business is running, like, we sat down, we're talking about, like, we always had meetings, like, we always said what was going on, what we needed to do, blah, blah, blah. I just want to let y'all know, I was the only one in there most of the time. Like, it was times where I was literally the only one there. They try to have me close and open, like, it was just little shit like that. Like, they started treating me like an employee. Like, they literally, John told Danielle to tell me that I have to pay booth rent. Bitch, I literally gave you $5,000. Like, why would I have to pay booth rent if I'm CFO? I don't get it. That does not make sense. Does that make sense? Is that normal? Is that how it's supposed to go? I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go, but I wasn't feeling that. So around this time, she gets pregnant. She's been trying to get pregnant for a minute. So, like, you know, she's really kind of focusing on that. But at the same time, girl, you're pregnant, or you're trying to get pregnant and start a family, but you still have a business to run. And she was doing it well, but she lost me where she was trying to not be in the building. Like, she was her husband was literally telling her, oh, you don't have to work, like just focus on your body and, like, you know, focus on trying to have the baby, blah blah blah. So basically saying me and Ella got it. What? So I got some notes because this shit was so long ago. I really have to, like, refresh my memory. Honestly, this is where things went left with us, because she started focusing on her pregnancy or whatever. She ended up losing her baby. They ended up telling her, like, she can't have kids, Danielle, and, like, we was there for her. We was, like, you know, supporting her. It was very sad, yes, but you're still running a business, and it's fresh. It's a fresh business, so it's like, you can't just throw it on us and be like, oh, y'all got it. Like, not saying y'all got it, but, like, because her husband was still in and out, but it was just like, I had to do inventory. I had to do clean the store, sweep the store. I had to make sure shit was stocked in the bathroom. I had to watch the front counter. Like, I had to change the tags on the hair, because we sold hair. I had to do, like, all the tedious shit. Ella's position was she's probably, like, I want to say our marketing manager. Like, I guess that was her position. Marketing manager or marketing. She was in charge of marketing. And so she was like out actually doing footwork, which she fucking hated. She was going to like hair stores around the area, trying to sell the hair to them, do wholesale, whatever. So that was her position. Danielle's position, I don't know what her position was, because she really, I mean, what was to order the inventory, but at the same time, I was helping her with that too. So I don't really understand what was going on. Like, she did not do no labor in the store, because she was going through it. I don't know. But at the same time, I was watching their stories and I'm like, okay, they're at lunch, they're doing this, they're doing that, and I'm at the store. What? Mind you, I stopped dancing because they told me I need to stop dancing. And it wasn't, I don't do well with people telling me what to do. But like I said, I trusted them. This is my people. They're giving me advice. I'm like, okay, whatever. So when they first told me, like, first it came as a suggestion. Like, oh, you know what? I think you should stop dancing. Like, I think you should just focus solely on the store. Like, you know, you're going to be like, I'm like, how am I supposed to make money? Because y'all not paying me. They weren't paying us. They said, hold your breath. You know what? What I'm going to say is insane, okay? They told us, me and Ella, John told us that we would not be making money until the store sees $1 million. Huh? Like, motherfucker, who do you think you are? We're not gonna make money until the store sees $1 million. We just got started. What the fuck is going on here? Like, I didn't get that. Me and Ella looked at each other like, wait, what? Like, you mean tell me we're doing all this and we're not getting paid? Around this time, I'm actually like starting to see the red flags real fucking bright. Like, at first it was like the little shit with the decor and stuff, but like around this time where he told us that, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you want me to stop working, stop dancing, to focus on the store, and I'm not getting a check? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, take that give me some of my money from that $5,000. So yeah, he's paying for most of our living though. Like, we're not paying rent. I had a car. We both had a car. Me and Ella had separate cars. Our food was most of the time, unless we were by ourselves, we would pay it by ourselves. But like if we was all together, we was all eating together. So he was paying for it. So we really didn't have much to spend. But I still had my car note. I still had my phone bill. I still had other bills. So when he said that, I was like, what the fuck? I can't just stop dancing. And I still was dancing. It was to the point where I felt like I had to sneak off to go dance. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, that right there. So I wasn't making no money. No money was coming in for me but doing lashes. And I had a little bit of clients because I was living out there before. No, actually, I didn't have no clients around that time. Nope. I had to, this is when I was like building up my clientele. So I'm doing free, discounted lash sets or whatever. And barely making anything. And they want me to stop dancing? Like, what? I ended up stop dancing. I listened to them. So I'm barely making anything from lashes. And I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So me and Ella start like looking at each other. And this is where me and her kind of like, this is where me and her got closer, because I'm talking shit to my grandma and my best friend. Like, this is what's going on. Is this right? Like, is this normal? Like, is this how, and my grandma, she's a businesswoman. She owns her own business. Like, she knows the labor board. She knows like how shit works. Like when it comes to payroll and like employees and shit like that. So they're treating us like an employee, but they're not paying us. I was telling my grandma everything. She was like, no, that's not right. Y'all need to call the people on them. And I'm like, I can't do that yet. Like, I'm not doing that yet. Like, hold on, we're not doing that yet. So a few weeks go by, and me and Ella are becoming closer because we're starting to feel like the same type of way. And this day, we really got close because we actually sat down in the car. It was after, okay, so she ends up getting pregnant again, right? I want to say, I actually skipped the part, but I forgot to tell y'all this. She ended up getting pregnant again before they told her she couldn't have kids. She ended up getting pregnant again, and I went to go get some lunch. I was on my lunch, right? Went to go get some lunch. Mind you, I'm honestly not I used to not be a considerate person, I guess, but they really drilled me, like, they really made me feel hella bad about this when it really wasn't that serious. So I'm on my lunch, and I went to go get some food. I come back, everybody's at the store. I come back, and I'm eating my food in the lunchroom, because we had a little lunchroom. I'm eating my food, and John's like, oh, you didn't bring us anything? And I'm like, no. Or he texted to our group chat. Yeah, we had a group chat. He texted some shit like, oh, such and such. And then he wanted to sit down and talk to me about it. Like, oh, that's not really considerate. I have a pregnant wife. And you were supposed to bring her some food. She's hungry. And da-da-da-da-da. Basically, like, trying to, like, check me. And I'm like, okay. Like, at this time, I didn't really feel no type of way. But I'm like, what the fuck? So at this time, I feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm like, hell no. Like, I feel hella weird. Like, y'all hella, like, weird and dragging this shit out. They leave. John and Danny, they leave. It's just me and Ella at the store. And we're closing. We're closing the store. And we end up talking in the car. We get really close in the car because I'm, like, sitting here telling her everything I'm feeling. Like, since day one, about everything. So we start telling each other shit that we didn't even know about it, like, know what was going on. Like, the tea started spilling, right? So we're like, she's telling me hella shit. Hold on. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, are you feeling like how I'm feeling? Like, these motherfuckers are playing us. Like, first of all, why are we being treated like employees and this bitch is out here having brunch dates with her family and shit while we're stuck at the fucking salon? We can't have a day off. We can't do none of that. And when we did want to have a day off, it was a fucking problem. Okay, so we're in the car, we're talking. This is, mind you, this is actually the first time me and Ella had actually, like, had a real sit down, solo, talking about everything. I had no idea she felt the same way I felt. Like, I thought I was all by myself. Like, I'm talking to my best friend and my grandma every day, telling them what they're doing, the little shit that they're doing, and they're all telling me, like, I'm not tripping, like, but I'm over here feeling alone when I'm here and when I'm there, because it's like, that's her best friend, that's her husband. I feel like the outsider. I feel like I'm the one getting treated like shit, and I'm by myself. So I didn't feel comfortable just going up to her and be like, hey, let's talk, blah, blah, blah. So she actually pulls me to the side, and she's like, come talk to me in the car. And she just started telling me everything. She's like, you need to, like, get it together. And not, like, on some, like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? But, bitch, like, don't leave. Like, she really surprised me, because she was like, don't leave me. Because they got me fucked up, too. And I was like, what? Like, you feel the same? Like, what? So I got, like, a little, like, I felt, like, relieved. Like, oh, my God, this girl literally feels the same way I do. So she started telling me, like, hella shit about what was going on. Like, what they were making her do. They were making her do, like, runs around the whole fucking Las Vegas in the heat, passing out flyers and shit. And calling hella numbers. Like, they just had her doing hella, like, run around shit, right? And she was like, I wasn't even doing half of that shit. Like, this shit is too much stupid. She was like, once I find what I want to do, I'm leaving. Like, what the fuck, they got us fucked up, blah, blah, blah. She was like, they got me fucked up. So I'm like, damn, like, that's crazy, right? So we sat in the car for about 2 hours talking about everything. And I left feeling so good because I just felt so alone, y'all. Like, I really felt like alone. So after that, me and Ella got like, before that conversation, we was like this. We got like this. Like, we was really close after that. And it made being there a little bit more enjoyable because I did not feel like I was tripping no more. So days go by. We're at the point where we're like making this shit. We're just making it work until we figure out what else to do, because we knew at that time we did not want to fuck with them. And we had to like just thug it out because they had got her an apartment. They were looking to get her an apartment at this time. And I think they got it after that conversation we had. I think they got her apartment, like, I want to say like a week or two after that. And they were paying her rent, come to find out. I'm going to talk about that later. So they got her an apartment, and they're like, oh, we're going to pay it. That's going to be, her apartment was her pay to be at the store. Like, they didn't plan on paying her. They just wanted to pay her apartment, which was fucking crazy to me. Like, what? I still need some money. She was like, I still need some money. Probably shut up. So yeah, that was they had got her an apartment. First we were gonna roommate, but it didn't work out. Like, I'm not even gonna get into that because yeah, it doesn't even matter. But yeah, we were supposed to roommate and we didn't end up roommating. I was like, honestly, whatever, like, I'm gonna just get my own place, she get her place, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know they were paying her rent until after everything came out. But anyway, yeah, they were paying her rent. That she wasn't getting paid at all, just like me. And yeah. So days go by, weeks go by. Me and Ella, we're hanging out like on the side without Danielle all the time because we like, bitch, like, what? We talking on the phone, like talking about the situation, like, you know, just comforting each other and like strategizing on how we gonna go about the day and shit like that. And one day, I think Danielle was starting to feel how close me and Ella was getting, and she did not like it. She hated it. Like, she actually fucking hated it. So we started noticing that, but we didn't give a fuck. Ella gave a fuck more because, of course, that's her best friend, and she still like really loved her. But at the same time, she felt like, you letting your man do me, like, you know, do whatever. Like, you're letting him run the fucking show. And you're just, like, letting him do us however. Because Danielle didn't really have no say-so. Her man wore the pants. So whatever he said went. She didn't have no fucking authority. So it really was, we was working for him, not her, to be real. And we noticed that too. So I thought this was going to be like a whole day process, but actually I think I could finish this story time in one sitting because I'm not doing shit. But okay, so yeah, we're getting closer, we're talking, we're hanging out on the side. Like, I'm going to her place. At this time she got her apartment, and they ended up getting, no, this is later, that's later. Okay, so around this time I don't have my apartment yet. I'm still staying with them because I'm trying to, you know, get some money. So, but that I wasn't making. So I'm still staying with them, and I'm just doing lashes. Ella had her own apartment, so we're hanging out over there like every day. Excuse me. After the store closed, we're hanging out there every day, and we would go over there for dinner to their house. Like, he would have a chef, like whatever. He would have a chef come cook. We would go over there to cook together. Like, it was just like, we were still doing the regular shit, but we still felt some type of way. But we didn't let it show. That's what Ella told me. She said, don't let how you're feeling show. Just figure out what you're going to do and do it. Like, just fake it right now, and then when you make your move, like, just leave, whatever. And we both agreed on that, which I really respect her for. So, yeah, where was I going? Danielle started noticing how good we were. One day, she pops up. We're talking about her. Why the fuck she pull up to the, to Ella's house? And she's like, why are you guys acting weird? Like, are you guys okay? Like, she comes, first of all, she's hella drunk. She's like, are you guys okay? Like, I miss you guys. Like, I just wish. Like, she just started, like, venting to us about her situation. Like, John is just a lot. Like, I really miss, like, hanging out with just you guys. Like, blah, 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 blah. And we don't feel comfortable telling her how we really felt because we know she's gonna run back and tell him. So we're like, whatever. So we're just listening to her vent. We're just looking at each other like, what the fuck do we do? Like, what? So we're just letting her vent, whatever. She ends up leaving, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, but we still had sympathy for her around that time because, you know, we really didn't care for her. We knew it wasn't her that was orchestrating and running the business like that. It was him. He was the motherfucking problem. I hope you're all tuning in because it's about to get really good here. Part 5 of how I got conned by my friend and her motherfucking husband. So I ended up making some, figuring out a way to make some money with my best friend. She put me and Ella onto some money. First it was me, and then I put Ella on. But while I was out of town, something happened to where they started talking shit about me and Ella, but they was being fake about it. So they was talking shit about Ella to me, and then they would turn around and talk shit about me to Ella. And me and Ella, not knowing how close me and Ella are, like, and we're telling each other what they're telling them. Like, we're telling each other what they're telling us. So they didn't even know that. So whatever. So one day I'm out of town, I'm making money, and I'm a little play or whatever. And no, I wasn't prostituting, so don't even get that in your head. And I wasn't dancing at this time either. So I ended up, one day Ella calls me while I'm out of town, right? And she's like, John and Danielle, like, they're kind of like, first of all, the business wasn't doing that good. It wasn't. It was doing all right, but it wasn't even enough to cover the lease, the monthly lease rent. So, and we're really all like staring at each other like, okay. So I started doing my own thing, whatever. Around this time, I already got my apartment, which he helped me get. He helped me get an apartment, yes. But I was like, I'm not ready to move out yet. Like, I only had $1,400 to my name. Like, I didn't have nothing. And that was from last year. So I'm like, and I think it was like $3,000 to move into this apartment that I wanted. It was like a loft. And I'm like, I only got $1,400. So he ended up giving me $1,500, and I just used that money to move to my apartment. So around this time, I got to pay my rent. So I started, working with my friend or whatever. And like I said, I get on the phone. Ella calls me. She's like, they're tripping. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like, he's like, I don't know if he went into panic mode or whatever, but he just started talking hella shit about us, right? So she puts me on three-way because he's not telling it to me. He's telling it to her. And she puts me on three-way. I hear Danielle in the background crying. She was like a crybaby. Like, she cried about everything. And she wasn't just little tears crying. She boo-hooed. So I knew that was her. And I'm just like, okay. So I'm on the phone. We're on three-way. He's like talking hella shit about me. Like, oh, I don't give a fuck about Adrian and her lash business. Like, honestly, I don't really care for that. And I'm like, oh, she told me to put my phone on mute because I think she was scared or something, but I don't know. But she told me to put my phone on mute so they didn't know I was listening. It took everything in me not to fucking unmute my phone and go the fuck off on them. Till this day, I'm mad at myself that I didn't stand up for myself, because I really sat there and listened to them talk shit about me. Not Danielle, because she, like I said, she wasn't she had no authority. It was him. So I'm just listening to this nigga talk about me and what we're doing with the business and all this and all that. And I'm just like, what? Like, and my best friend's sitting right next to me. And I'm like, bitch, they over there talking about me, blah, blah, blah. So I get off the phone with her. Me and Ella, we're talking. We're just like, what the fuck? Like, they got us fucked up, blah, blah, blah. We basically planning our exit around this time. It's time to go. So I get back to Vegas, and she wants to talk to us. I don't even know exactly what happened, but she texted us and she was like, hey, can y'all come to the store so we could talk? I'm like, okay, let's go to the store, blah, blah, blah. Me and Ella, we like, what the fuck is this about to be about? Like, I know what it's kind of about. Like, she probably see, like, we not really fucking with her. Whatever. So she sits us down. She's like, first of all, she looks like she want to fight. I come cute. Ella, she come decent. This bitch looking like she want to fight. She got her hair in a bun. She got some Nikes on, some sneakers. And she just, like, looking hella rough. And she's like, so what's going on? And I'm like, we're like, what? And she's like, it's like, what are we doing here? Like, I feel like you guys are like, I don't know, acting weird or whatever. And we're like, honestly, we're not happy. Like, we don't feel like this is a fair, like, I feel like y'all sold us a dream, for real. Like, you had us out here, you had us move out here, drop everything and move out here. Because like I said, I was comfortable where I was in Stockton staying with my grandma, saving money, had my credit right, was doing lashes, I was dancing, I had money coming in, like, I was good. So I upped and moved because you sold me a dream, and the dream is not dreaming. So we're sitting there talking, and she's like, so what do you guys want to do? And I'm like, honestly, I don't want to work. I don't want to do this no more. And Ella, she's kind of quiet. She's not really saying too much. So I'm, like, really confused. Like, she's like, well, acting like a little, like, I don't know. But I'm like, I'm good. Like, I was like, I didn't say it, like, hostile or nothing. I'm just like, honestly, I feel like this is not fair. Like, nothing's going how y'all said it would go. Y'all treating us like employees. You're never here. You're always out and about with your man. And y'all treating us like fucking... You're not treating us like your friends. You're treating us like really like bitches you just hired, basically. So I told him, like, look, I want my money back. I want my $5,000 back, and I want to leave. I'm not doing this no more. So she's like, okay, well, we can give you your money back. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, all right, cool. Give my money back. Ella, I don't know where she was at that time, but I know. She was like telling me, don't leave without her. She was like, do not leave without me. Like, I don't want to do. She's like, I'm not dealing with them by myself. And I was like, I can't. I'm not doing this somewhere. I'm not making no money. I'm not about to depend on them to fund my life. Like, all I have is to sit here and do what? Post on Instagram about the salon that is generating not even enough to pay us? Like, no, I'm not doing that. So I ended up leaving. First of all, they had me fucked up because, y'all, that nigga tried to fuck. He tried it. You know, he tried it. When she hands me, I go up there. I think it's like a few days goes by. I go back up there to the salon to get my check that I gave them. I gave them cash, but they gave me a check or whatever. She handed me the check and she's like, oh yeah, here's a check. John was going to, because we used to wear the hair. You know, that's what we sold. We sold hair, so of course we used to wear it. I used to have to buy the hair. whatever. They didn't get no discount or nothing. I just had to buy the hair. But I'm CFO. Okay. So I used to buy hair. So why the fuck did she handed me the check and she's like, oh yeah, John wanted me to give you $4,700, not $5,000 because you bought hair. Or no, because you got hair from us and you didn't pay last time. And I was like, y'all literally told me to grab some hair and I didn't have to pay for it. So now when Mad Day comes, you want me to pay for it? No. And she's like, yeah, I told him that's not right and that we need to give you the full $5,000. I was like, as y'all should have. The fuck? Alright, y'all. It's about to get a little fucked up, okay? The way they did Ella was crazy. Like, I can't believe, like, they did her in. But, anyway, part 6 of how I got conned by my friend and her husband. At this point, I already had got conned, so literally part 6 is about Ella and how they did Ella and how I moved on with my life and how me and Ella moved on with our lives. So, after I left, John started getting a little petty. He started saying shit like, oh, I owe back pay for the booth that I had in the salon. Sounded hella stupid because I was never paying back pay. He sounded so fucking stupid. Literally, he sounded dumb as fuck. And I told my grandma, and I'm telling everybody that I'm talking to every day, and they're like, no, the fuck? First of all, if I'm CFO, why do I have to pay booth rent in the first place? Why the fuck would I have to pay back pay of booth rent? Ooh, and making that all over again. So yeah, he started getting petty with that. He said that, and then Ella's still there, and she was still there because, like I said, they got her an apartment. We come to find out that the apartment is in Danielle's name. So he starts throwing anything he can out there. He's like, oh, mind y'all, Ella didn't give no money, but she was still getting the same percent that we never seen. We never even seen $1. She was still giving the same percent on her contract that I was, and I gave $5,000, and she gave $0, but I still had the same percentage of the company, of the business that she did. How does that make sense? I don't know. So she's telling me this though. She called me and she's like, why the fuck did John just call and say, oh, we're gonna make you the like manager, like you're gonna be in charge, like you're gonna basically be the CFO now, like we want to offer you 30%, like we're gonna give you Adrian's other percent. No, we're gonna offer you 10% more than Adrian, just so she could stay though, because why else would you do that? First of all, you're being petty that I left, and you're being making sure like she doesn't leave. So you're gonna give her, like, she didn't give not $1 to invest, but y'all are trying to. But when I asked, oh, we can't give you more percent because we have to bring Ella in, and I gave y'all some money. Like, how does that make sense? That's how I knew they were fucking weird. So but Ella's telling me this now. She's like, girl, why the fuck did they call me and offer me this and offer me that? And blah, 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 blah. Mind you, they're still paying her rent. So she still feels stuck. So she's like, oh, I can't just leave. Like, where am I going to go? And I just had my apartment. And I only had a loft. So a loft is like, you walk in, kitchen, living room, bathroom. You go up the stairs and it's just one big-ass room and my bathroom and then a washer and dryer. So I didn't really have no... I had room if she wants to be in the living room. But, like, I didn't think that until... Yeah, we'll get there. So after she called me and telling me that they fucked her, they did her so wrong. So I don't know how they went about it, but they ended up, I think she ended up telling them that she didn't want to fuck with them no more like that. Like she's so sweet and like she really loved them and they really loved her. So it was like one of those situations where she didn't really want to just leave and up and leave, but she just didn't want to be there with them no more. But she didn't want to break it to them like that. And they John he didn't give a fuck. Like, he told Danielle, take that motherfucking apartment out of your name. Cut the lease. They ended the lease on Ella. Tell her to get out because she doesn't want to work there no more. That is so fucked up. Like, when she told me that, I was like, what, bitch? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? That's hella fucked up. And Danielle, as a friend, how would you sit back and let your husband kick out your best friend because he's mad? Because y'all fucking over the business and the position, and she wants to leave. And she let him do that to her best friend. Quote unquote. Best friend. So, yeah. I go back and I go pick up my stuff from my booth. And for some reason, this is the last time I see Danielle. I go there and I pick up my stuff. They packed it for me. I don't know why, because all that shit in that area was mine. So they really didn't have to touch my shit. I could have packed it myself. But when I walk in there, he's acting all like anxious but arrogant. Like, he's like on his phone, like, oh, talking to the dog and shit. Like, oh, King. Like, give me my shit and go. Come on, give me my stuff. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all got going. I don't give a fuck about this fucking salon at all. Everybody y'all hired left. No one gives a fuck about this business at all. So I get my stuff. She hands it to me. She's looking all sad, like, oh, like, I don't want to see you go. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, this couldn't work out. She walks me to my car, and we're just staring at each other, like, and I'm just like, bye. Like, I really wish I would have told her. I feel so bad for you. Like, every friend you have or have had, they leave because of him. Do you not see that? I wanted to say that so bad to her, but I'm not really a confrontational person. So I was like, give me my shit and put it in this trunk and let's go. Bye-bye. I hugged her. She didn't even... I really felt bad for her, but you can't tell nobody about their man when they're like... When you come from where she came from, that's the best she was gonna get, she felt like. So, not saying she came from like a bad childhood, but like when it came to niggas dealing with boyfriends and shit, he was like the best she's had. So she wasn't about to let that go. And if it costed her her friends, it costed her her friends. Like, she didn't really give a fuck. She gave a fuck, but at the end of the day, she wasn't leaving him. But anyway, yeah, so I put my shit in the car, said bye to her, and I left, but I have not seen her since. Now, let's get back to Ella. She ended up, we were so close, and she didn't want to leave Vegas. She didn't want to go back to live with her mom. And I was like, fuck it. I mean, you can move in with me. You just pay me some rent. My rent was like $1,900, and I asked her to pay me $400. She had her own bathroom, and she had my entire downstairs. She even put her whole mattress in my living room. I didn't really care because, like I said, I hated Vegas. I didn't have no friends out there besides my best friend, and nobody was coming over like that. Like, I didn't really give a fuck. So when Ella moved in with me, it was cool. We were excited. I didn't have no problem with it at all, really. She told me everything. She told me that all the shit that Danielle was telling her about me, and all the shit that John was talking about me. I was telling her what they were telling me. Like, we were just conversing. We was like, what the fuck? Like, we wish we would have known all that shit now. I mean, at that time, like, while it was happening, but we didn't. Her loyalty was with Danielle at the time, so whatever. But one thing that bothered me that she told me was she told Ella that she keeps me at an arm's reach because she thinks I want her man. Never wanted John's little ass. The nigga was shorter than me. Like, no. And he just, like, why? I don't look at my friend's man like that. So I don't even know where she got that fucking idea. I really don't. Like, she's just weird. And I think she just, Like, bitch, do you like me or not? Because I swear, if I felt any type of way about my friend and my man like that, I would not have her around, especially when I have her staying at my house. Okay, I'm back. My bad. I have to go. I have to do Bible study. But we're back. Part 7. So where are we at? Okay. Oh, Ella is telling me everything about what Danielle was, how she felt about me for real. At this time, we all were in a group chat, right? So we all were sharing locations. We just ended that shit. Like, I removed my location from her, Danielle. Like, me and Danielle did not speak ever again. Ever again. I think she hit me up like a few weeks ago. She like texted me about like, oh, can I get something back? Or she wanted something back. I don't know. But she was still being cool. Like, she wasn't mad. She just was sad. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about how she really felt. I didn't care how she felt at that time. Like, you let your husband do your friends any type of way, and now you're miserable, and now you're stuck with him by yourself, and now you have no friends. So now I'm gonna tell you guys how me and Ella kind of fell out. I really hated this. I really did. Like, I didn't care about falling out with Danielle, even though me and her were closer. But me and Ella actually got closer than I was with Danielle. So this one kind of hurt my feelings. So Ella moved in, and we was doing a lot together. We was doing everything together. We was trying to figure out how to make some money together. We was actually making money together out of state, not prostituting. I have to keep saying that because that's immediately what people think when you think out of state money. Okay, so we weren't doing any of those things. We were making some money. Oh my God, Kobe. Hold on just a second. Okay. So we were, kicking it or whatever, living together, going to the gym together, going out to eat together. We were, we went vegan together. Like, we just became hella close. She ended up getting into school, online school. So she was trying to figure her life out. I was trying to figure my life out. She didn't want to leave Vegas. So, I was just like, just pay me $400 until you can get your own place or whatever. Because I honestly didn't know if I was going to stay in Vegas. I just was like going with the flow at this point. So how we got into it, though, we get straight to the point. Because I'm dragging shit out. So she wasn't working, right? I wasn't working. I didn't have nowhere to do lashes. So I wasn't working. I didn't go back dancing. I literally was just doing little shit to make money. My rent was $1,900. I had the $5,000 that I got back from the investment that I gave them. So I had that. So that covered me for a little bit. But $5,000 and my rent's $1,900. You do the math. That ain't shit. So I was kind of being stupid with my money, not gonna lie, but at the same time, she was supposed to be paying me $400 a month. She had, let me remind y'all, she had my whole entire living room, and she had her own bathroom that I decorated, and she changed the decorations to hers, and I didn't even care, because you're paying me $400 a month, $400 a rent. So, she was dating her ex, and we were sharing each other's location, and I was telling her, like, I'm stressed out, like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this rent, like, I don't know, I don't have the money. My ex ended up trying to help me pay the rent. That didn't work. And then she knew how stressed out I was getting, like, damn near about to get evicted. And I was just so stressed out that I kind of, like, took it out on her. I'm not gonna lie. But I had a reason. I kind of felt like she was being sneaky. Because she, like I said, she didn't pay me. I think she paid me rent, like, probably once, maybe twice. I don't even remember, like, literally maybe twice. And she stayed with me for, like, I want to say, like, 6 months. I'll say 5 to 6 months. No, probably not. Yeah, 5 to 6 months, probably like that. And So I checked her location one day after venting to her about my finances. And not to say she was and you know, it had nothing to do with her, my finances, but if you're living somewhere and you know your roommate is struggling and you didn't pay your part of the rent, and like, why are you in Mexico with your boo and you didn't pay your rent? I don't get it. I didn't get it at the time. So fast forward, I ended up getting evicted from that loft. I was so mad. Like, I was so mad. But actually, I wasn't that mad. I was mad about being evicted and it being on my record. I wasn't really so mad about leaving Vegas because I really didn't give a fuck about Vegas at all. But it was just, I was just mad at her because I feel like she didn't give a fuck enough. She didn't even try to help. Like, she just was living her best life in motherfucking Mexico while your shit is all in my house, about to get thrown out because we're getting evicted. So I told her about herself. I was like, look, I don't know why you decided to go to Mexico. And you see, like, I just told you, like, I don't know how to pay the rent and you're in Mexico. And she was like, oh, I don't understand. Like, she basically didn't get it. And we were going back and forth. Fast forward, we get evicted. I ended up going to, I don't know, I think I went somewhere for Christmas and I came back. I was about to leave to go visit my family. And I'm packing up all my shit though. Like, the apartment's damn near empty at this point. And she leaves like hella shit for me to throw away that was hers. And I don't know if it was me being just mad, but I like texted her a picture of it and I was like, why did you just leave your trash here? Like, she got clothes and shit. Like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, why am I taking out your shit? That's how I felt at that moment. It wasn't really that serious now that I think about it. But I sent it to her. She was like, do you just not want to be my friend anymore? You're like nitpicking at everything. And I was like, I didn't say that, but why are you like expecting me to pick up your shit, take it out? I have to clean this apartment out. Like, everything has to go. You shouldn't be leaving anything. You need to come get your shit. She had like tubs still at the house. And she was like, oh, I'll come get it. I'll have somebody come help me get it. She took forever to do that. So I'm just texting her. And she's getting mad that I'm texting her. And I guess like she was like, bitch, you're just doing the most. So we stopped talking. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. My biggest thing taken away from that whole experience was I was not standing up for myself at all. I was letting the motherfuckers do me any type of way, and I'm really mad about myself about that. I actually like pictured myself I like imagine myself texting them, like telling them about how I felt about it, because I don't really express myself well, especially in person, especially if I know y'all don't really know me like that. I don't know. I have like I don't know how to express myself. So I just really wish I would have stood up for myself more. And yeah, I just was, yeah, I was letting them do me any type of way. I'm really mad at myself to this day about it, but letting it go. So yeah, we all went our separate ways. And if you seen how we were around that time, like, a lot of people had hella speculations about we was in a fucking, like, he was our pimp, and like we were in a fucking like some Taz Angels type of shit. Like, it was never that. That was her husband, and we were their friends. We were her friends, and he liked that image though. He did. I could tell. Like, he liked the fact that people thought we was his hoes because his friends was pimps. And he just liked that image, but he never said it. I could tell, like, he liked that. He liked that people thought that was our dynamic. But anyway, yeah, we also went our separate ways. I it was fun while it lasted. Like I said, if y'all seen how we was living, it was very fun. It was like the best time I've had in my life, honestly. One of the best times I had. We went to Jamaica together. Like, that, it was very fun, but until it wasn't. Shit. I ended up going to stay with my best friend after I got evicted. I tried to still figure it out. She was like, just stay in Vegas, just stay in Vegas. I was like, girl, I don't want to be here, but I'm going to try. I'll just try. She was like, don't give up. Like, just stay, like, work it out. Like, everything will fall in place. And I tried that, but honestly, I was, like, getting depressed. Like, I don't like to struggle, and I don't like to feel like homeless. So I went back to my grandma's house. And my grandma was like, I told you. Like, she told me not to even leave in the first place. But I didn't listen. But anyway, learned my lesson. So I ended up going back to my grandma's and basically started the fuck over for the 5th time in my life. But you know what? I started over so many times in my life. Like, it really was nothing to me to do. I didn't feel no type of way. If anything, I felt mad at myself that I even left in the first place. Like my thing was, they begged me to move out there for that business. They begged me to invest in it. They begged me. They painted this whole picture and dream that how I was gonna be something, and I trusted them I trusted them. Like, y'all moved me out here. I didn't want to move out here. And then y'all just dropped me like a fly, like nothing. Like, we don't want to work. Like, oh, now that I don't want to work here. Oh, okay, bye. Like, just get out. Just fuck everything. Don't talk to her no more. Like, all right. So that's what I'm mad about. Like, I let that happen to me. But it's all a lesson. Like, that's how I look at it. I learned a lot about myself in that whole entire experience. I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about just everything through and through that happened, ups and downs, with friends, with, like, I don't know if y'all knew, like, I never really had friends like that, so I didn't know how to, like, manage. I never was in a friend group, so this is my first friend group, and, yeah, I just learned a lot about myself and about bitches and about, yeah, a lot. So, yeah, I stayed in Vegas. I forgot to tell you, I stayed in Vegas, worked at my best friend's shop. She ended up closing her shop, and I was like, I'm out of here, like, whatever. Like, it's just not working. Vegas is just not working. So I went back to Stockton. At that time, I was working in her shop, so I was building up clientele and followers. So by the time I went back to Stockton, I had a little bit of followers, and I could build up my clientele. So I found a place in Sac to do lashes in. And honestly, I never had that many clients. Like, I should never left. No, but if I never left, I wouldn't have, it just wouldn't have played out the way it did. Because I met my man. We moved in together. I'm happy. I have my business. I started my products, my supply store, my lash supply store. Yeah, everything just worked out the way it was supposed to. But I do feel like that time in Vegas was a big waste of my motherfucking time, honestly. But I did learn a lot, so I'm gonna take that. I learned something from it. But yeah, that was it. That's the end of the story time. What a time. Okay, bye y'all.